Alright, so I have a BJ, or not BJ fan, Ben Askren update to get to today, but I want to make a video before I forget. I'm hitting the red on my mic, and we move into the next event. Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval, man. This is one of the fights that you show to, a new fan, somebody you're trying to get into MMA. Because, man, this was beautiful. Now, we all knew coming into this, we had Josh Van on a hot streak, really young, going in there against the number one contender that has been in there with Pantoja 3 times. And from the start of that first round, man, just the way Josh Van approaches fighting, you only see from the 31, 32 year olds that have tons and tons of fights under their belt. Yeah, he has 17, but like, it's just the way he goes in, lands the combinations up top, works the body, maybe it's a 1-1-2 to the head, rips a right hook, moves out, moves back in, goes for another combination, mixes it up. It's something you really do not see, and you especially do not see it from many young fighters. And this dude goes in there, and it's flyweight, right? You know, white man's skill, obviously, but like it blows me away, especially in even in the second, which he lost into the scorecards. He got outstruck. Brendan Royval was finding the range with his jab. Even then, it wasn't like Brendan Royval was keeping him away for that long. Joshua Ben was still moving in, landing big shots, mixing it up, tagging Brendan Royval. Like, it's another thing, too. When a fighter is down in a round, and we've seen it in so many fights recently, and I think it's due to the contender series. I think it's due to having 600, 700 fighters on the roster, where, you know, the UFC is supposed to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop. That's what we were told for the last how many years? Ever since Pride went down, ever since Strikeforce went down, ever since there was just UFC and Bellator, which Bellator is gone now. The UFC is the pinnacle, right? Man, just the aggression, the grit, the ability to stay in there. I even pulled up the stats for the fight just to get an idea here. Like, go away. Um, let's see. Okay, so round one, really a close round, but again, outstruck Brandon Roybell, had more significant strikes, and just his ability to land. Well, his ability to land extended combinations. That phone call really threw me off here. I'm gonna need a few seconds. But yeah, then you get to round two, the closest round, being outstruck. Still landed more significant strikes for yourself percentage. I know we're getting statistical here, but dude, it's you do not see this. You do not see this from Peyton Talbot, who fought on this card. You do not see this from, any other young fighter you want to bring up. This is a completely different beast. Even when you go off with significant strikes. Round one, 31-27. The rounding loss, 77-50. 163 strikes though to the head. Well, yeah, 87 at 174. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong numbers. Even in the clinch too, you look at him. Got the best out of the clinch. 20 out of 7. 10 out of 16. That's another thing that you don't see many younger fighters take advantage of. The clinch, getting in close, the ability to land those many combinations that add up after time. And then you get into the third round and he gets that knockout. He's moving around. He lands the right punches at the right time. I lost my mind when he got that knockdown, but it was late in the round. Roy Bell stuck in there. And again, man, it's okay. The way I view this sport, it's more than cage fighting. It's more than MMA, right? It's ugh, indigestion. You are going in there against another opponent. Everything that you guys have done in your career, in your life, is on that line. Whoever wins in that cage, whether it's by a large margin, whether it's a thin margin, they take everything you have. That's what Ilya did to Oliveira. That's what Ilya did to Alex and Max. He beat them, so that means he stuck their legacy. He added their legacy onto their record. And man, what was it? 2 weeks notice? Instantly after the Bruno Silva fight, right? Yeah. But like we go over here, right? Joshua Van, 50-2. 23. Born 2001. This guy is only like 2.5 years older than me. Like, that's insane. You know? We'll start at the bottom. Starts his pro career in 2021 October. KO, TKO. Loses by a rear naked choke. Goes on a massive streak of knockouts. Gets a submission there. Gets another rear naked choke. Debuts in the UFC against Zhumagulov. Wins by split decision. Oh my. Um, was supposed to fight Kevin Borjas on the Contender Series. Fights him in November. At UFC 295. Beats him by unanimous decision. TKO's Felipe Burns. He was supposed to fight Lucas Rocha, Sumaderji, Tatsu Tyra, Takino, and back up. None of those fights happened. He ends up fighting Charles Johnson. Gets knocked out in the third round. And a lot of people were kind of skeptical about him coming back in September at UFC 306, facing Edgar Chirize. But it was a favorable matchup. He goes in there, gets a unanimous decision. Beautiful combination, beautiful work on the feet. Cody Durden goes in there, beats him. Supposed to fight Bruno Silva in March. Doesn't happen. Fights Ray Teixeira. Beats him by unanimous decision at UFC 313. Then on June 7th, not even 3 weeks ago, fights Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva on a major knockout streak. Outclasses him on the feet. knocks him out in the third round. All that talk of, oh, does he have power? Does he have power? He has power after these two fights. Oh, man. Again, 5-fight win streak, beating the number one contender. 23 years old. Now, he's gonna go into the Pantoja fight. Pantoja's a really good grappler. He's going to have to drill takedown defense, drill submission defense. Win or lose, though, this fight with Pantoja is only going to make him better. Unless he gets starched or ran through in the first round, submitted instantly, which I don't see happening. I really do think the fight will probably go 4 or 5 rounds. I think that we will see what exactly Van can bring to the table. I kind of think Pantoja will win at this point in time, but this is a different contender. You do not go out against Brendan Roybal, the clear number one contender, the guy that got 3 cracks at the champion and lost all 3 of them. You don't go out, have a fight of the year performance, and get ran through by Pantoja. I don't see it happening. I honestly think that within the next few years, Van will win that title. Van will develop into a phenomenal fighter. And I feel like he'll be around for the next 10 years. 23 years old. Or is it 17-2? 15-2. The sky is the limit for him. But, yeah, it's, all I can add really is the moment he can develop a legitimate grappling game, a legitimate bottom game, I think it's over. I think if he can do what he does on the feet and either stay on the feet or, grab an arm, grab a neck, get him out of there, make them question taking him down, it's done. But, that's what I got. Let me know in the comments down below. What did you think about Joshua Van's performance on Saturday? Were you shocked? And what do you think the ceiling is for Van? Do you think he can beat Pantoja? Do you think he can win the flyweight title at some point? Do you think he can get multiple defenses? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching. Later.